Paul McCartney once opened up about a private conversation he had with his fellow Beatle, John Lennon, during which Lennon revealed his personal fears about a so-called family curse. While the world knew them as legendary songwriting partners, McCartney and Lennon shared a deep friendship rooted in mutual trust and emotional vulnerability. Their relationship began in 1957 at a church fair, where they quickly connected over a shared passion for rock and roll. But beyond music, they found common ground in their similarly fractured childhoods. McCartney lost his mother at the age of 14, and Lennon was raised by his Aunt Mimi after his parents separated. Tragically, Lennon's mother, Julia, was killed by a car when he was 16. As their friendship deepened, Lennon began to share more of his inner struggles. Although he had been raised in a relatively stable, middle-class household with his aunt and uncle, McCartney understood that Lennon's upbringing had been filled with emotional pain. Lennon once confided in McCartney that he feared there was some kind of misfortune tied to the men in his family, referencing the loss of male figures throughout his life, including his father leaving and later the death of his uncle. McCartney recalled reassuring Lennon, trying to ease his guilt over events beyond his control. He reminded Lennon that he wasn't to blame for his father's absence or the losses he had endured. Reflecting on Lennon's difficult past, McCartney suggested it played a significant role in shaping his bandmates' emotional intensity and personal struggles. From losing his mother in front of the very home where he lived to later being approached by his long-absent father seeking financial help, Lennon's early life, according to McCartney, left a lasting impact that surfaced in his adult years. This internal conflict was reflected in Lennon's music. McCartney pointed to the song Help as a subtle but genuine expression of Lennon's vulnerability. At the time of writing it, the two were focused on crafting a song, but McCartney later realized that Lennon's lyrics were more than artistic. They were a sincere plea for support. Looking back, McCartney described Lennon as someone who built a protective wall around himself, often using wit and sarcasm as defense mechanisms. He explained that this sharp humor was a way for Lennon to cope with the world, much like many comedians who use humor to shield their pain. Despite this guarded persona, McCartney admired that aspect of Lennon. He noted that their entire group often relied on humor to process their grief, including his own experience of losing his mother. Quick comebacks and clever remarks were their way of navigating sorrow, and Lennon had perfected it. Later in life, Lennon also expressed anxiety about his legacy. McCartney recalled Lennon once telling him he feared how people would remember him after he was gone. The comment struck McCartney, who reassured his friend that his legacy was already secure. His contributions to music would speak for themselves. In moments like these, McCartney said, he felt like a confessor or spiritual guide, offering Lennon the comfort and affirmation he needed.